Today we're talking about Section 5 of Chapter 26, Revolution and the Civil War in Mother Russia. First, we'll start with terms as always. These are the questions we'll be addressing shortly. First definition, Mr. Hartman.
Nicholas and Alexandra.
Very good.
Tsar.
No, read. Yeah, read.
Okay. Tsar and Tsarina of Russia in the early 1900s who failed to rule Russia, and after Nicholas died, Alexandra gave most of her power to Rasputin.
Perfect. Which leads us to the second term, Mr. Hartman.
A notorious man who had much influence over Alexandra, corrupt and was killed by Russian conspirators, Rasputin.
Gregory Rasputin. Very good. Number 3, Mr. Welch.
A daughter of a poor noble family and was imprisoned for having Marxist Nadezhda Krupskaya.
Nadezhda Krupskaya. Very good. Krupskaya. Number 4, Ms. Langer.
A committed Marxist revolutionary, Leon Trotsky.
Leon Trotsky. Excellent. Number 5, Mr. Newman.
Armed factory workers, Red Guard.
The Red Guard. Excellent. Why are they called the Red Guard? Red. What do you guys think? Alex?
Because the Soviet colors were red.
Perfect.
And the red.
Excellent job, sir. Number 6, Mr. Newman.
White counter-revolutionaries who remained loyal to the Tsar.
Perfect. Number 7, Ms. Schneid.
Cheka.
Please read.
Secret Communist Police.
Perfect. Number 8, Mr. Hayes.
Council of Workers and Soldiers, Soviet.
Nope, not yet. We'll come back to you for number 9. Mikhail Sholokhov is the term for number 8. And then number 9, please read it again, Mr. Hayes.
Councils and Workers and Soldiers, Soviet.
Perfect. Okay. Number 10, Ms. Klinger.
Created with the new government, Union of Soviet Socialist Republics, USSR.
Perfect. Excellent job. Number 11, Mr. Ureki.
NEP developed by Lenin to rebuild the Soviet economy.
New Economic Policy. Very good. The NEP. New Economic Policy. Okay. Number 12. Someone please read the definition. Go ahead.
When Stalin launched his reign of terror and started to crack down on old Bolsheviks and many others.
The Great Purge. Okay, he's purging society of all of which plagues his goals. The Great Purge. Number 13, Ms. McCoy.
The Communist International and aided revolutionary groups around the world.
Comintern. Excellent. Number 14, Ms. Valandra.
When the government officials made all economic decisions.
Excellent. Government is in command, thus they make the decisions for the people. Okay. Number 15, Ms. Langer.
Large farms owned and operated by peasants as a group, collective.
Collective. They're collectively working together. That's the government's idea as far as to bolster the amount of agricultural production that we have going for us. Number 16, Mr. Kaufman.
Wealthy peasants, kulak.
Kulak. Very good. A kulak. Number 17. Please read the definition, Ms. Skersey.
A youth organization which provided sports, programs, cultural activities, and political classes to train teenagers for party memberships.
Kosumal. Okay. Now, because the two, with the exception of their allegiance in World War II, are similar, I want you to have at the end of it Hitler's Youth. Because he's going to do the same thing, but in Nazi Germany. The ultimate idea here is to train you for party membership. Gentlemen, to train you for service in the military. Number 18, Mr. Welch.
The only high-ranking woman to serve in Lenin's government and campaign for women's rights, Alexandra Kollontai.
Alexandra Kollontai. Excellent. Number 19. Definition, please. Ms. Langer.
A poet who exalted in the new society and praised revolutionary heroes.
Vladimir Mayakovsky. Excellent. Vladimir Mayakovsky. Number 20. Definition, please. Mr. Welch?
A Jewish poet who, under Stalin, was imprisoned, tortured, and exiled for composing a satirical verse about Stalin.
Very good. So he wrote against Stalin, making fun of him almost, if you will. Osip Mandelstam. 21. Definition, please. Mr. Hartman?
Russian poet who fell out of favor because her poetry didn't stress communist ideas.
Anna Akhmatova. Anna Akhmatova. 22. Miss McGinney.
When a one-party dictatorship attempts to regulate every aspect of the lives of its citizens, totalitarian state.
Totalitarian state. Excellent. Total control by the government. That's the big word there. Totalitarian, total control by your government. And then finally, number 23. Miss Valandra.
Used to boost socialism by showing Soviet life and causes like socialism.
Socialist realism. Excellent job. Again, this will be available later, so we are going to keep moving. Okay, supporting facts. Number 1, after Lenin successfully ended the civil war in Russia, he turned his attention to building a classless society. How's he going to go about doing this? Mr. Robinson.
He set up an elected legislator, later called the Supreme Soviet, and gave all citizens over 18 the right to vote. He adopted the New Economy Policy, or NEP. It allowed some capitalist ventures. Under NEP, peasants held onto small plots of land and freely sold their surplus.
Excellent. So a few things you can do. Supreme Soviet, that's the government. Vote to all citizens over 18, greatly expanding people's viewpoints on the government since they're now able to participate. And as well as adopted the NEP, that's how he's going to go about systematically raising the economic status of the Soviet Union. Number 2, when Lenin died in 1924, a struggle began over the leadership of the Soviet Union. Mr. Shovels.
All right, the two people were Trotsky and Stalin, and Trotsky urged support for a worldwide revolution against capitalism, and then Stalin wanted to concentrate on building socialism at home first.
Perfect. So the political situation we have here, Stalin joins the Bolshevik underground, okay, as far as rising the people from the bottom, establishes the general secretary of the Communist Party, the biggest portion of that is Communist Party, all right, wins control of said party, and thus wins control of the overall election over Trotsky. Okay, so now Stalin is an individual, and he's going to be the person, I want you to write this down, World War II. He's going to be the person with that powerful mustache that you guys see in military uniform hailing from the east. Okay? Number 3, once in power, Stalin announced, quote, 5-year plan to build industry, improve transportation, increase farm output. Second.
Industry and railroads improved, but workers' lives did not get better.
Absolutely. So this is a huge success. Industry and railroads greatly improves. Expansion. Workers' lives not so much. But if you consider this, a government that has absolute control at the expense of its citizenship should be able to do within boundaries almost anything it wants. Because if you don't work, you don't eat, is basically the situation we have here. No social programs to help you out at all. You don't work, you don't eat. You speak out against the government, you go to prison. In a situation like that, industrialism should occur just out of pure fear. Okay? Number 4. Stalin forced peasants to give up their land and to live on collectives where the government was to provide machinery, fertilizers, and better seed. Anyone? Okay? We'll look through this then. Resulted in resistance, ended in a severe famine. So we have resulted in resistance. They're not entertaining this. Ended in severe famine. 5 to 8 million people died. Now consider this. If you're farmers at home, you live on a farm, you work on a farm, basically what happens here, the government takes all of the farms, your farm, your neighbor's farm, everyone in the state of Michigan's farm, makes it the farm of the state of Michigan. Now you're no longer the owner of your farm, you work for the government. They're going to give you tractors, fertilizer, and seed to make sure the crops grow. However, they're going to ration what you receive. So, for example, say you would have kept X amount of bushels at home to eat and live off of, now you only get 1. But if your harvest is bad, you don't get anything. So it's ultimately up to you. You don't work, the crops don't grow, you don't eat, you starve and die. That's what we have going on in the Soviet Union right now. Okay? In foreign policy, Soviet leaders wanted the support of other nations. At the same time, they strove to spread communism worldwide. Okay? Lenin organized the Comintern. The Soviet Union fought to join the League of Nations. Now, let's make a statement about the League of Nations. It's a strong group, right?
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
No, it doesn't.
No, because America's not.
America's not involved, absolutely. So in European politics alone, somewhat, as far as the global intent, not at all, because with the League of Nations, they're going to write LON, USA, no. Okay? That's why it's not going to be overwhelmingly successful. Now, before we start wrapping up, your homework for tonight is the remainder of the homework packet. You'll have Section 5, the map, and there's a vocabulary builder. Those are all due tomorrow. Your review day will be tomorrow, and your quiz is on Friday.